in a second, but they had access to a certain type of database that they were able to track down a green avalanche inside that Massapequa Park box. And then we were able to take a look at that car being registered to our subject, Rex Heuermann. And once we got that information, that intel, then we started looking into Rex Heuermann's lifestyle. We started working with the district attorney's office and taking a look at phone records and getting subpoenas for a host of other things. And it really assisted us in honing in our efforts into Mr. Heuermann. I've investigated homicides personally. I was a detective in the 7-1 squad. Homicide investigations don't always go in the right direction. The first subject that you identify sometimes is not always the individual who is held accountable. A lot of people are challenging the Suffolk County Police Department regarding beginning steps in the investigation and what was done wrong, and I think it's very unfair. I will say this, that this was a long journey of a case. There was some good work done prior to me getting here. I want to make sure that this is very clear regarding identifying the box in Massapequa Park and as well as over in Midtown Manhattan. But just putting that dedicated team together, putting that one investigator from the state police and putting them to the task force, and now she using her database helped us really get this case some good legs and be able to identify Rex Heuermann and go forward with being able to place him under arrest.
Now, when you say the box, you're talking about the box that was made identifiable through cell phone data analysis.
Correct.
Let me ask you this. You said publicly, you called Rex Heuermann a demon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Heuermann is a demon that walks among us, a predator that ruined families.
At which point did you decide that that was the best characterization of him?
Yeah, and a lot of people have, I don't want to say challenged me for using that word. I'm going to tell everybody right now that I speak on behalf of the family. Anybody that lost a loved one to this predator, I'm sure they feel the same way. And as I was writing out my talking points, and as well as I was working with my PIO, we felt that was the right word. This is somebody that ruined families. And I'm just blessed to be in a position to see him being held accountable. I will also share there's a lot more work that needs to be done. We still have 6 other bodies that we need to identify who the killer is. But as of now, it was just really great work by the men and women of the task force. I got to thank my Detective Lieutenant Kevin Byer. I got to thank some of the individuals assigned from the District Attorney's Office. There was a retired lieutenant by the name of Rich Zacharies. There's another retired lieutenant, Bill Buchanan. Both of those individuals were there on a daily basis regarding having meetings and getting updates and providing information to our Pitbull District Attorney, Ray Turney. So it was a nice team effort of everybody coming together. I said this before, egos were left at the door, and making sure we worked in harmony on the same sheet of music to identify Rex Heuermann. Now,
there's been some discussion about it. What went into the decision to go ahead and arrest him, right? So, guns. You didn't know all, but you knew he had some, and sex workers. That he was still approaching or dealing with sex workers. His continuing contact with sex workers. Were those women in trouble? Was there a plan to protect these women?
Yeah, it was a lot of different layers, by the way. I want to make sure that that's very clear. Between internet searches, between his lifestyle and other activities, him also having, at the time, we believed 97 firearms. There was a concern regarding, is he going to attack again? And as well as, is the information going to leak out? Is this case, knowing that we were onto him, is it going to get back to Rex Heuermann? We weren't sure, how long we could keep it tight. So with all these different layers there, working with Ray Turney, working with Steve Udis, working with Mike Brodick from the FBI, we all came to a determination that today's the day to bring this man down.
So you've arrested him. You've got him in custody. You go and you search family home, 2 storage facilities, and now you've got the avalanche.
Yeah.
What were you looking for? I really want to ask, did you find anything? But I know you ain't got to tell me that. So the question is, what
were
you looking for? Right.
So anything that could connect Rex Heuermann to what we call the Gilgo 4 or the other people that were recovered, that we discovered over on Ocean Parkway or somewhere, something else. Listen, the first body went missing in 2007. Rex Heuermann was, I believe, 43 years old at that time. Is this his first time dealing with sex workers? Is this the first time that he's might have hurt or killed somebody? Time will tell. That's why the task force is going to stay in place. That's why I've actually added a couple more investigators to the task force to help out with concerns or something that may be connected to other parts of the country. So it's important that people understand that we're in a okay place, but there's still a lot more work that needs to be done. We were able to bring comfort to 3 families. We're very close to a 4th one, but we still have more work to do to identify the subject or subjects that were involved with the other bodies that were discovered.
Okay, so you mentioned suspects. Is there somebody else running around out there that we on Long Island need to be concerned with?
I wish I could give you an answer. I can't tell you at this time. Is Rex Heuermann going to be held accountable for the other bodies over there in Ocean Parkway? Time will tell. But if not, we'll continue to work hard and see if there's other individuals involved and track them down as well and make sure we bring them into custody.
Well, in all of your search, I have to ask, was there any indication of victims of violence in the house, in the storage unit, in the truck?
I'm sure you could understand I can't talk too much about what was recovered and the details of those items that were brought into our custody. But I will say this. We have Ray Tierney in the position to make sure he needs what he needs to go forward with the prosecution. And working with our medical examiner's office, our state police, recovering items from his residence, from the storage facility, getting that avalanche from South Carolina, bringing it up, and wherever else things come to our attention, we'll continue to investigate it and make sure we provide our district attorney with all the evidence going so he can go forward with it.
Are you looking at missing women or unsolved deaths at this particular point in time?
So that's why we added more investigators to the task force. And if there's something that possibly may have a connection or a modus operandi similar to what we saw in Ocean Parkway, these investigators are going to make sure they work with that local law enforcement authority and see if it's connected to Rex Heuermann or maybe to somebody else.
So when you talked about modus operandi, strangulation is what you're looking at, the way the bodies were disposed. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, once again, is that something I can't share regarding the way that the deaths were done by Mr. Heuermann. I will say this, that we know it's a homicide based upon certain parts of the body and how it was examined by a medical examiner's office, but regarding how it was done, I can't share that with you at this time.
How important is DNA evidence in this? I notice his attorney is saying, no, we don't want to do this cheek swab, but from your perspective, how important is DNA evidence here?
Humongous. It puts him on the scene. One thing is having a green avalanche, but having his DNA attached to the bodies is a game changer. It tells a lot. It tells that he was somehow involved in these victims' lives, and that's something that's going to be very, very valuable going forward with the prosecution.